You know the signs, the one-word replies, the canceled plans, the exhausting reality of chasing after someone who keeps slipping away. You see the warnings of their emotional unavailability clearly, yet you stay. You make excuses for them, love harder, and tell yourself that if you are just patient enough, they will finally choose you. The confusion stems from the quiet realization that somewhere inside, you already knew they wouldn't love you back. Falling for someone who cannot love you is never a random accident. You are following a deeply ingrained pattern, a map that was drawn long before this person ever entered your life. This pattern forces you to sit with the question of why being rejected feels so incredibly familiar. There is a strict biological mechanism at play here. Your body actively craves emotionally distant partners. When someone runs hot and cold, they trigger unpredictable dopamine releases. Intermittent reinforcement uses the exact addictive uncertainty keeping people glued to slot machines. Contrast this chaotic chemistry with consistent affection, which provides security but fails to trigger addictive spikes. Without your conscious permission, your nervous system interprets that steady calm as boring. It mislabels the chemical anxiety of the chase as passion. If your biology is wired to crave this chaos, we have to look at where your nervous system first learned the code. For most of us, the answer lives in childhood. Our earliest caregivers set the baseline for what love looks like and what kind of effort is required to earn it. Imagine growing up with an emotionally inconsistent parent. Affection might be warm one day and freezing the next, heavily tied to your behavior, your performance, or simply their changing moods. To survive that environment, your nervous system adapted. It logged anxiety, intense effort, and chronic unpredictability as the normal prerequisites for receiving love. That chaos became your definition of safety, which means falling for an emotionally unavailable adult is a subconscious attempt to go back and rewrite that failure. You are trying to finally win the love you were denied. But you cannot heal a childhood wound by clinging to an adult who is incapable of showing up for you. Trying to win them over will only reopen the pain you are trying to resolve. The person breaking your heart today is merely a stand-in. They are an echo of the original figure who made you feel like you are not enough. Your heart's map was drawn without your consent a long time ago, but conscious understanding gives you the power to redraw it. The first step is to actively identify the desperate, obsessive pull of the chase. When you feel that sudden urge to prove your worth to someone pulling away, pause and relabel that feeling. That is old anxiety, not love. Next, you have to endure the discomfort of a healthy relationship. When someone treats you with steady, predictable kindness, your brain might tell you it feels boring. Sit with that feeling. Let yourself be loved without having to earn it. Then, redirect your emotional focus. Take the energy you spend analyzing your unavailable crush and do the difficult work of grieving the parent who wasn't there and the childhood wound they left behind. Ask yourself a very honest question. Deep down, in the quietest part of your mind, do you actually believe you deserve consistent love? If you have a history of failed relationships, it does not mean you are broken. These experiences show you exactly where the original wound remains open, waiting for you to address it. The cycle ends the day you stop mistaking anxiety for romance. When emotional safety finally becomes your definition of home, you realize you always deserved a love that doesn't ask you to disappear.